Well, there's no overconfidence with what he's done thus far. And another guy that's got a lot of buzz around him is Artur Tsakanian, a guy with world-class skills when it comes to judo, sambo, and jiu-jitsu. And he takes on David Guzman, who is going to have to pull out maybe a miracle here.
Yeah, he's going to have to bite down on his mouthpiece and look to hit a home run, because Artur Sakanian is an absolute beast.
But stranger things have happened as we head back to the cage in Rain Cruz.
All right, UNF fans, are you ready for some more action? All right, please welcome our rising star from the blue corner, David Guzman.
All right, David Guzman, he's got one fight under his belt. Had a tough time in there with Paulo Rio Rizzo, 25 years old, out of Laverne. He says his strength is length and grappling. He's going to have to lean heavy on it, but I don't know if it's going to bode well to try and out-grapple Artur Sakanian.
Yeah, you know, he's going to have to do something to avoid the clinch and avoid the takedowns of Sakanian. If he can do that, he has a chance, but he's going to have to avoid getting brought to the mat, which is a tough task when you're fighting against Artur Sakanian.
Stay at range, you know, not let him get in too tight on him. Stick the jab, move around, create angles.
David Guzman weighing 141 pounds, 5'11" tall, jiu-jitsu fighter, 25 years of age. His gym is Logic in Laverne, California. Guzman's favorite fighter, Anderson the Spider Silva. His strengths are his length and his grappling, and he's a coach, BJJ brown belt, and he coaches kids in jiu-jitsu. The keys to the kingdom for David Guzman: Circle K. You want to circle away from the power of your opponent. Be footloose, man. You got to utilize footwork to create openings and pop and drop. Look for the uppercuts and the knees on the takedown attempt.
And please welcome his opponent out of the red corner, accompanied by artist Grigory Mirzaev, Artur Tsakanian.
I live. Forget your own name. Where I go, when I go, say you better stay in your lane. Can't win the fight with no pain. Forget your own name. Where I go, when I go, say you better stay in your lane. Can't win the fight with no pain. Pull up black, escalate. One sec, the shit gon' escalate. Just sec, you ain't gon' stay awake. And so much money that I make. Wake up in the morning, I'm so blessed. Gotta put myself to the test. That's how you learn to be the best. Gotta work, boy, and say less. I pray, man, you can run. You know we be number one. You love me, son, with no gun. King decided after God. You so tripping, seeing stars. On the highway, lot of cars. Lot of disregards. Steady street, I guess a call. They don't wanna go stand at the front line. I ain't put my lungs off in a long time. I'm about to make that boy fly like a airline. I got old bells on me like a gold mine. Suckers, forget your name. You better stay in your lane. Suckers, forget your name. You better stay in your lane. Let's go, Artur.
That's what I was made to be. Knocking down my enemy. This shit ain't no circus.
You know that this guy has got some fanfare. He gets played to the ring in his second fight, guys.
Sakanian weighed in 145 pounds, 5'9" tall, 19 years of age. A grappler who trains out of Olymp Fight Club and Artur Gregorian's team. His favorite fighter, his coach, Artur Gregorian. His strengths are strategy, cardio, domination, psychology, and strength. He's a coach and a fighter over at Olymp Fight Club, and this guy's got a bright future. The keys to the kingdom for Artur Sakanian: fire away. Get punches to get inside. Hip hop, baby. Connect that hip for the throws. And G and P, baby. When you get on top and on the ground, look to lay the ground and pound in.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is set for 3 rounds in the Rising Stars Featherweight Division. And it's presented by the DG Show. Your referee in charge, John Romero. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, entering his second career bout. He is a jiu-jitsu specialist standing at 5'11", weighing in at 141 pounds. Representing Logic Laverne and fighting out of Laverne, California, corner, he is a grappler with a record of 1 win and no losses. He stands 5'9", weighing in at 145 pounds. Representing Olymp Fight Club and Adam Gregorian's team, and fighting out of Glendale, California, Artur Tsakanian!
Stage is set for this featherweight battle. Both guys coach when they're not in the cage. Sakanian, a coach at Olymp Fight Club, world-class guy, national champion in Russia, jiu-jitsu world champ. This guy, when it comes to judo, he'd rather throw you than know you. Expert of sambo as well. You don't want him to get a hold of you guys.
He's a very, very dangerous man. Guzman makes a tremendous, horrible mistake walking right into the takedown.
Looking for
but
the
he's
leg,
got
though.
the leg.
Now, do the leg guards make it tough here?
They certainly do. It makes it a lot more difficult to finish to put torque on the leg, but a good job by Guzman getting the neck here. Fighting for dear life.
It's amazing watching a national champion in judo go against a brown belt like this. This is what we're looking to see. He's trying to go go-go plotter here, but you're going to be very difficult getting that with those shin guards.
Side control now, but yeah, trying to control him here is Guzman.
Yeah. Good job using that elbow to frame to create a little bit of space. Let's see if he can use that to posture up here or break the hold that David Guzman has upon him.
Yeah, it's a very interesting matchup with this guy. These guys are intermatched, as they say. Definitely got some they got some pathways here they got to figure out to get out of this right now. He's got that arm trapped in there.
Yeah, you got
pressure with the elbow right there, trying to break it up.
Surprised the referee hasn't stepped in to separate these two. Not a lot going on right now.
Letting them work here, and man, oh man, does Guzman have him tied up. You got to believe that Sakanian wants to get out of this and start to posture up and go to work. He might have an opportunity now.
Yeah, he finally found a way out of that spider web. That's not fun getting caught in there.
And if you get up, you might go right back down when you're in there with Sakanian if he gets a hold of you.
Sakanian a little sloppy there. He went wild with that overhand right. Like to see him stay a little bit more technical here.
Final seconds to go in the round now.
Good movement from Sakanian. That's going to put him out. That's done. That's done.
Oh, my Lord, Artur Sakanian.
That was a race against the clock there, guys.
Wow. He turned him in.
It's the round. The round's
he survived
over.
it. I was going to say it was right there. The referee never waved it off, but boy, oh boy, that was a photo finish.
He turned him into a moving statue. He literally was out on his feet walking backwards. I thought the fight was over. I thought that was done.
We're going to take a look back at it. Guzman will live to fight another round.
See that? He walked right into the takedown attempt by Sakanian. He was able to tie him up here and bide a little bit of time. Sakanian using that frame to try to create a little bit of space. But here was that head kick that just touched him, and the referee stopped the round right before he stopped the fight.
Oh, wow. That was impressive. If you look at the way Sakanian reset, he did a little shake and bake, a little shuffle, set himself up for that head kick. See what if he does it again in this round.
Guzman just able to weather the storm there enough to survive to the second round. He's showing his toughness. We'll see if he can get anything going. Comes out swinging. The takedown on point for Sakanian, but thus far has his striking looked a little sloppy to you, Jonathan?
Yeah, he seems to be a little emotional in there. He's trying to get, the one-hitter quitter, and he's not setting it up. I'd like to see him stay a little bit more technical here.
Yeah, he got a little wingy on that, John. You saw that. He just loaded up on it and then missed with it badly. Found himself on top, though, landing some big ground and pound. Oh, but he gets it in the armbar.
Yeah, and shrugged it off.
Oh, and throws up a triangle.
I'll tell you, man, Guzman is cagey in there, though.
Yeah, Guzman's jiu-jitsu is lights out.
He came in ready to fight. Looking for the big overhand right with Sakanian. Takes him down again. Great action.
Sakanian inside control here.
But the second Sakanian gets him down, he finds himself all pretzeled up, guys. It's got to be frustrating for the world-class
This is some
grappler.
high-level stuff from Guzman right here.
Yeah,
Like I
Guzman's
said,
an
it's like a
octopus.
spider web. He's really not sure what's going on. This is not traditional stuff that we do, you know, in an MMA fight.
Using that forearm to try and power his way out of it again is Sakanian.
40 seconds left in the round. Let's see if Sakanian can do anything explosive here, or if Guzman can get out from underneath Artur Sakanian.
These short little shots are what he needs to be doing. He needs to really put that pressure on a lot to get him to change. See, now he had to change that position, and now he gets back on top. That's what we were looking to see.
Staying busy, scoring, and perhaps opening up more offense here is Artur Sakanian.
There he goes. There he goes. That's how you take a round right there.
Guzman in trouble at the end of another consecutive round. Will he survive this time? He does. Oh,
Wow,
man.
my goodness. What a fight.
I'll tell you what, Jonathan. David Guzman, if nothing else, is a survivalist in there. He finds a way to hang on.
Yeah, he's a jiu-jitsu brown belt, and he's showing every bit of that pedigree, tying up Sakanian on the ground. But you heard me say it before, you've heard me say it 1,000 times before. You don't get points for defense. And although he is defensively sound, he's not offering anything up in offense in return.
Yeah, this is like a tie-up. It's kind of like the old, mission control rubber guard that we used to do in training with Eddie Bravo. Very similar to that. He's neutralizing any offense, but as soon as he works his way out with those short little punches, changes position, he rains some big bombs on him, winning both rounds right there easily.
1 round to go. Amazing that Guzman has been able to survive. See if he can pull some out of the hat. He certainly has had a game plan once he's got taken down. But is there anything he can do to get, find himself in a position to win this fight?
This is
I think he needs to stay at range. Have some exchanges on his feet. Don't let him get on his back so quickly. Throw some hands, throw some kicks, move in, move out, angle off 45 degrees. See if he does it.
Final round coming your way. Sakanian with a straight right. Head hunting.
Yeah, he wasn't angling off on that. He stayed straight with his chin up and took punches right in the face. He's going to have to work on that because, you get in a grappling match with a guy like this who's a national champion. It's very tough, even though he's an incredible brown belt.
He's got that arm isolated on the right side of Guzman. You see that left arm, he gave it up there.
Yeah, he was trying to look for a sweep there, but if you look at Sakanian's position, it's just too strong, too heavy right here.
Looking to smother him here is Sakanian. I'll say this, John, though, win, lose, or draw for Sakanian. I think he's got to tighten that striking up a little bit, because if he finds himself in there with a prolific striker, he leaves himself open.
Yeah, and he may have very technical striking, I'm sure he does, but when you step inside that cage and the adrenaline's getting to you, that might be why he's a little sloppy here. He might be trying to over-pursue, looking for a great performance, instead of trying to stay fundamentally sound.
Yeah, remember, we thought he got KO'd in the first round right there. Oh, here he goes. He got himself a sweep, though. Let's see what he can do with this.
Nicely done.
Shots of his own right here.
Nicely done by Guzman right after eating some serious hammer shots by Sakanian.
Yeah, here we are in the third round with only 30 seconds left. Very hard to find a submission here. Guys are sweaty, but he's going for a guillotine. He's got it kind of tight in there. Let's see what he can do with it. Got a little time to work.
Certainly nothing wrong with the heart and the will to win of David Guzman. He just has found a way to stay in this fight from stem to stern. Final seconds to go now.
I think Sakanian feels comfortable here. You can see by his foot position that he's not too scared about this. He knows he's already won the fight. Just got to ride it out. Yep. There's a one-arm guillotine. Not going to finish him with that. Not going to get a brown belt with that. But hey, you got to give him credit.
If nothing else for Guzman, a moral victory. He's in there with a world-class athlete who only took 1:52 to get the job done last time out as we look back at the action.
See, looking for the head there. Sakanian throwing multiple kicks, able to ragdoll his opponent, David Guzman, down to the mat, landing some softening up shots here from top position. Guzman tying him up, doing a good job to be the octopus there. And then you see a nice sweep from Guzman towards the end of the round. Was it enough? I don't think so.
Yeah, he definitely was my octopus teacher on that for sure. He looked good though, you know, his striking, like you said, he almost got knocked out in the first round, so that's a good possibility why his hands were low, his chin was up, and he got clipped. Cost him the fight.
Yeah, Guzman was game, that is for certain. This one goes the distance, so these guys banking some valuable rounds, and we will make it all official momentarily here. The fighters will head to the center of the cage. Chris Bruno will transition out. We'll be rejoined by the Schmo, but the Schmo, before that, will get a word with the winner here as we await the official decision. Incredible action here thus far at UNF 23. Guzman was able to stymie Sakanian at times there, but didn't have much to offer offensively, Jonathan.
And you know, same could be said for Artur. You know, Sakanian didn't have an answer for the grappling pedigree of Guzman. Guzman kept tying him up and keeping him in tough situations, but like I said, it's really hard to win a fight being defensively sound. And he was on his back foot the whole time. Sakanian put the pressure on him. I have Sakanian winning 3 rounds to none.
All right, let's head back into the cage and make it all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I announce the winner of this bout, please welcome David Mosican from the Commerce Casino to present the award to our winner. And now, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. The judges have scored this bout 29-28, 30-27, and 29-28. All for your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, Artur Tsakanian.
Artur Sakanian scores his 2nd consecutive victory in the UNF cage. Improves to a perfect 2-0. Got to spend some more valuable time in there and learning a little bit in this one as the Schmo's ready to get a word.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, Artur Sakanian, 2-0. You got the victory. You were looking for the finish, but how proud of you are you for your performance this evening getting the victory? And half this building was standing up.
First of all, I want to say thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus Christ, that I'm staying here and have this emotion. Thank you so much. This is all the hard work of my head coach, Artur Sakanian, my team, Olymp Fight Club, and all the coaches. 2 months hard preparation, blood, sweat, no sleeping. And I'm here and I representing my flag, Armenian flag. Thank you, everyone. Right here. Let's go, Armenian.
You didn't get the finish, you were looking for the finish, but what was the takeaway you had for this fight that's going to help you for your next one and your future inside the cage?
I was preparing my sambo and judo skill against this strong and tough opponent in grappling, and I think we did most takedowns. We got a dominant position, and this is proof of our victory. Thank you to my team and head coach Artur Sakanian for help and share his invaluable experience to me. God bless, thank you.
What is up next for you? When can we see you competing again?
I'm here for the challenges. I have a very strong judo background. Judo teaches me a lot, and I'm here to take the challenges. Organization know me. I'm the fighter. This is my head coach. There is my manager. Give us opportunity. We're back soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to your winner, Artur!
Well, when you're in there with Artur Sakanian, you got to hold on for dear life. That's what David Guzman did, but it wasn't enough. Sakanian picks up his 2nd consecutive victory, and he remains undefeated with both wins right here at Up Next Fighting.